Hi. Welcome back to Black Contributors to a Whitewashed World again. Now, the last time I was talking to you, I was talking to you about the son of Alexander Dumas, the great novelist of the 19th century. And when I left off, his son was trying to get his novel Camille produced in play form, and the actress selected for the leading lady had just died. So Dumas next tried to interest a leading actor of the day, known as Leconte, into doing his play. But Leconte's answer was, "Never would I play such rot," and this broke Dumas' heart. So he took his manuscript and he threw it into the bottom of an old drawer. Thank God he didn't choose the fireplace. Now another actor by the name of Bouffe, Bouffe, saw him and stopped to speak with him. They had words about the rejected manuscript, and Booth said that he was taking Leconte's place and promised to try to do something for Dumas. Well, months passed and Dumas heard nothing, and then one day he received a call from Bouffe, personally, as there were no telephones in those days. And he told Dumas that the theater at which he was performing was in desperate need of a good play to save itself from bankruptcy, and that he got Camille accepted as a last resort. Well, the play was an instant success that lasted well into the 20th century. Sarah Bernhardt, the great American actress, and other world-famous actors and actresses have also played in it. It was even made into an opera and a motion picture in which Rudolph Valentino, the heartthrob of women during the silent movie era, played the role of the leading male, Armand. And later, when talkies came out, Greta Garbo played the lead. You won't know who she is unless you were alive in the 1930s. Well, Dumas became the most talked about playwright in Paris, and his father by this time was earning millions, so both stood at the top of their literary world. Comparing the two, the father was always jolly and in a good humor. Well, otherwise he wouldn't be jolly, right? The father was a money-squandering, easygoing soul, while his son was more reserved and a bit inclined to haughtiness, which made him a stern moralist. He really believed that his mission in life was to reform mankind and lead it into the path of right living. He believed in fidelity to the marriage vow and insisted that any man, or husband, had the right to punish with his own hand any man who had taken his wife. His father's sneaky friend would not have fared too well against his son. Remember the story about Alexander Dumas' father? His father delighted people with his wonderful tales. The son lashed them for their sins and called them to repentance. The father once said of the son, "My son loves over preaching, over much." The son said of his father, "My father was a big child that I had when I was very little." But when the father squandered the greatest fortune that was ever made by any writer, it was the son who took care of him. The son, like his father, had a lot of wit, but it was executed in a different manner. Once in a noted nightclub, a flippant young count, proud of his ancestry, thought he'd have a little fun with the younger Dumas. So he said to, approaching him, "Monsieur Dumas, I understand that your father was a quadroon, that's 1/4 Negro." "Yes," replied Dumas. "And your grandfather was a mulatto, half a Negro?" "Yes." "And your great-grandfather was a Negro?" "Yes." "Good," said the Count. "Will you tell us then, Mr. Dumas, what was your great-great-grandfather?" "Sir," replied Dumas with an acidy tone, "he was an ape. My ancestry began where yours ends." More about Dumas later.